talking to no one at the moment, but that's okay. Right, give me a second. God, that's really got bright behind me, hasn't it? Okay. Give me a second as always, because I need to copy the link, which means I also need to find Facebook. I don't have a tab open for Facebook at the moment. Hang on. Right. Give me a second. It's coming. So slow to load. Hoping that doesn't interfere with the feed. Hang on, I'm just trying to find the post. Here we go. You're commenting as Kim Triggers. I know I'm commenting as Kim Triggers. Just post it. Right, is that posted? Yes. Close that. Okay. Hopefully that has worked. Hopefully some people will come. I'm just going to sit and wait for a minute. It doesn't say I've got anybody watching at the moment. And you have to forgive me. I'll probably say this a few times while I'm here. I'm very, very cold. Very cold. So I'm here in my cabin. I do have my heater on, but it is slow going. Oh, Charlotte's here. Hello, Charlotte. I mean, the heater's been on since about 10 o'clock this morning, but I'm still cold. No dog today. I actually had Murphy up here with me earlier, whilst Kira was still in bed because, you know, she's lazy like that. Not lazy, but, you know, she's got nothing to get up for. Why should she? She works evenings. He couldn't wait. He was up here and I was like, oh, he's fine. He settled down in his bed. We went out for a little walk. It started snowing and we were like, let's go home. I tend not to walk in too far in when it's like minus temperatures, which it was. Hang on 2 seconds. Sorry, I've had a thing coming up saying one of my tabs, which is the Facebook tab. So let's close that. There we go. It was, my computer's not happy. It's very stressed. Sorry. Oh, Jen's here as well. Hello, Jen. Yes, so I don't walk in too far when it's like sub-zero temperatures, but we did go out for a little one this morning. It started snowing while we were out. We're like, right, let's go home. And then he came up here and he was under there and it was fine. And then Kira came up and she was stroking him, saying hello. And she's like, oh, he's shivering. And I was like, oh, bless him. So even he was cold. So he's down in the house now with Kira now that she's awake. And I'm up here on my own in the cold. I keep waiting for the sun to come back out. It has stopped snowing. We had snow, we had sleet, we had rain, in that order. Once the sun comes out, even if it is still sub-zero outside, the cabin warms up a lot. It just beats in through these windows. Sorry, I keep adjusting the camera because we're getting all that glare from over there. I want to get some curtains or something for that. You know, the cabin's only been here for like 6 years. There's no rush to do these things, is there? So anyway, right, I've waffled for 3.5 minutes about being cold. Just in case anybody else wanted to come, I'm going to show you some fabrics. I'm going to show you some threads. Oh, the threads over there. Let's go. There we go. I'll show them to you in a minute. I think it'll be pretty obvious what the theme is for this year. I know I haven't always done themes, but I have found the more I do themes for different things, the easier it is, I find, to pinpoint what direction I want my thoughts to go in for creating the colours and whatnot. So I think we're sticking with the themes. So last year we had the year of returns, which was super easy for my creative juices, because you guys did it all for me. It's great. I said, these are the colours you can choose from. You voted. I was like, that makes my life a lot easier. But I thought after a year of returns, I did actually need to get back to doing some new colours. So we have a thing. Year before, we had a year of birds. Oh, Nicola's here. Hello, Nicola. Mwah. For those of you who don't know, it's not favoritism. Nicola's my cousin. That's why I'm blowing her kisses. I mean, I could blow kisses to Charlotte and Jen as well. There we go. So we had a year of birds, and that was cool. We came up with some really good colours for that. So I thought, no, I'm going to stick with themes. Obviously, we just had Advent. And I've done a theme for Charlotte's happy because she got a kiss. I try and do themes for Advent because for the same sort of reasoning, and it's nice, isn't it? Because it's all Christmassy stuff. But I didn't realise until I was watching a load of floss tubes how many people didn't realise that I do themes. So obviously I keep saying that, don't I? Sorry. Obviously. I'm cold and I'm out of practice. Obviously. Anyway, so we did the Christmas movies for Advent, which I was so excited about. When I thought of that theme, I was so excited because I was like, this is going to work really well. And I got about halfway through choosing the colours and I was like, this is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Because everything was red. It's Christmas, isn't it? Red and green. We think there was 3 green threads in the end. And I'm like, I can't do any more green threads. I know people like green, but even still, I can't do more green threads. But I did manage to find the 12 Christmas movies that I could use. Some of my favourites did not make it. Home Alone was really, really close. If anybody was looking for particular films, Home Alone was really close. I actually did a thread called Home Alone. All the green threads. Already using a few. Yay! That makes me happy. Yes, one of the threads that you got was called Home Alone. But it didn't turn out the colour that I expected it to when it dried. And I was like, this ain't going to work. I need to change the name. I'm not telling you which one got changed. I'm not telling you. It doesn't matter. It's not called Home Alone anymore. But there was. So that was close. And I really wanted to do, like, my favourite Christmas film is Miracle on 34th Street, the new version. I mean, it's not that new anymore, is it? But not the original. But everything was red. And if you have been following me for a while, you will know that I don't do red. It doesn't dye well. I've got red dye. It just doesn't stay red. It goes pink every single time. I've tried tweaking it. I've tried adding other colors to it, and it won't stay red. So that's fine. I established that years ago that I just don't do red. But when you're doing a Christmas movie theme, there's a lot of red out there. So there was some tweaking and there was some hair pulling, and I will give Charlotte 3 seconds, but maybe a couple more because of the lag. I don't know how long it actually takes for the messages to come through. To guess, well, anybody can guess. You all the people commenting had Advents. So any of you can guess. As soon as I decided on Christmas movies as my theme, which was the first movie that got picked? Guess now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm disappointed. There's nothing coming through. I think it's just lag, to be fair. There we go. Die Hard. I knew straight away. As soon as I said I was going to do Christmas movies, well, Die Hard's got to be in there. And I knew what colour it was going to be as well. That dirty grey. There are hints of brown in there to make it look dirty, but I knew straight away, with all the months of thinking that came after of what the other 11 could be. Oh, Inga's watching. Hello, Inga. Yeah, of all the months of watching, Die Hard never wavered. And I knew it was going to be last as well, the last colour, because there's obviously all the controversy every year. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? Obviously I'm declaring that it is. I've never really gone one way or another, but I put it in with the Christmas movie, so I guess it is. I'm saying it is a Christmas movie. Anyway, thing. So that's a lot of waffling. 9 minutes of waffling. And I still haven't shown you any colours. So if you're watching this on playback, I am sorry. I will also give you a warning as well that once I've shown you the colours, I've got a lot more waffling to do. I've actually made a list today of things to waffle about. So if you are just here to look at the colours, I'm going to show those to you now. And then if you want to, press end, that's absolutely fine. But I've got some waffling. I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of ways to organise myself. So I'm going to go into that a little bit. But colours. I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to tell you the name of this fabric. And I'm pretty certain it will be very easy to think of the theme and where we're going in the following or the next 12 months. Okay. And if I do say so myself, we are starting the year off with a stunner. It's gorgeous. It's not green, so Charlotte's going to be like, can't be that nice. Okay. This, I dyed it and I loved it. And as I was ironing it, I was thinking, this looks quite like fruit punch, as in, it's an old fruit punch is an old fabric that then didn't win its vote last year, but I wanted to see what it looked like as a thread. So I dyed it as a thread, and I meant to get some out before starting the video. So I will grab them in a second to show you fruit punch and this one, Nelly said the name then, side by side, because it is a bit like fruit punch, but at the same time, so much better. I mean, I like fruit punch. It's why I did it as a thread, because I like it. But this is just, I love it. I mean, so in love. So in love. That's looking quite washed out on the screen. Anybody who films YouTube videos, FlossTube videos, will know this is the biggest headache in the world, is trying to get the colours to show on the screen. That's looking quite washed out. It's really, really bright orange. And then it's looking quite purple. I mean, it is purpley pinks, but it's mainly pink. So it's really orange. Really orange. And this is, oh, Jen is guessing drinks. It's not drinks. That was on my short list, but didn't quite make it. This is sea anemone. And yes, it's that word. And why have I called it something that everybody struggles? Anemone. I feel like I'm in Finding Nemo. Anemone. Yeah, I told you, as soon as I told you the name, Charlotte's got it. We are going under the sea for the next 12 months. So this is a 14 count Ada. Come back. I mean, it's better, but no, actually looking even worse now with the glare. Sort of, Jen, ocean, sort of, but under the sea is what I've officially called it. We are going under the sea. So, that's not. Darn it, you're delayed. There does seem to be a bit of a delay going on. Is that normal? I don't know. Okay, so that's 14 count Ada. 14 count sparkly Ada. See the sparkles? Ooh. It's gorgeous. I mean, I do dye pink fabrics because I accept the fact that there are people out there, weirdos, that like pink. But I'm not a pink fan. But this is orange. This is orange with a bit of pink. And as I say, it is sort of pinkly purple. The even weave is a lot paler. I can show you some side by sides in a minute. But that's the 28 count. No, it's not. That's the 32 count. That's the Murano. It's a lot paler, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the 28 count sparkly even weave, the Brittany sparkles. Ooh. Sarah made it. Hi, Sarah. What a pleasant change to be talking to you instead of watching you. I do feel like Sarah and I got to really know each other very well over Advent. And that was without even talking. That was just because I was watching her every day. She was in my home. It was lovely. So nice to see you, Sarah. This is the linen. What have we got first? 28 count linen. Do you know what? Like 11 years I've been dyeing fabric and I still cannot, without checking. Is it Cashel? It's Cashel and Belfast I carry, and I can never remember which way around. I think 28 is the Cashel. Linen. It's just linen. There we go. So that is that. And then the sparkly, 32 count sparkly. Belfast, maybe. Could be Belfast, could be Cashel. It's linen. So, again, for so who missed it, this is sea anemone. We are going under the sea in 2026. It's mainly because I'm doing a stitch somebody else's design, and there's so many cool colors on it. And I was thinking, I know there's a lot of artist's interpretation. When you're designing a chart, you can do the jellyfish or whatever colors you want. But it did get me thinking, and I was like, this would be a really cool thing for fabric, a really cool thing. If you saw my last floss tube, I did mention that there was 2 that I was wavering on. Jen Guest Drinks, that was on the short list, but wasn't one of my 2. The other one of my 2 actually is a running joke. And there's a good chance, if I carry on dying for years to come, that this will still come up as a theme. It's a running joke between our group of friends, one of them specifically. And she's been begging me for years to do puddings, desserts. And so I nearly did it. Nearly. But then Under the Sea got into my head and I couldn't get rid of it. So that is what you've got for 2026. Maybe Lou, puddings. She wants me to do spotted dick, basically. That's the joke. It's a thing with Louise. She sees things in my fabrics that nobody else sees. Yeah, where your mind is going with this is probably right, probably where it came from. She wants me to do spotted. See, Charlotte's getting excited. She's in that group. She knows Lou. She knows what Lou's like with her spotted dick. Or spotted dick or spotting? No, I'm not going to say it. Spotted. So we almost did pudding. Oh, and pudding also. Pudding. Supernatural. So I nearly did it, but we didn't. We didn't. Under the Sea. This is the threads, and they're just cool. I know they're mine, and I know I'm biased because if I don't like something, I won't release it. So I know I'm biased. But I love them. I proper love them. If I go that way, will that cut out the glare? Not really. Sarah says they're beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. I do. I love them. But bear with me a second. I'm just going to grab a couple of fruit punch out the drawer. No, not that drawer. Take a drawer, Kim, any drawer. I recently reordered my threads, how I stored them. They used to be in, you got the standard range in numerical order, and that's still the same. And then the rest were release order because I could just add them on at the end. But then I went to denim retreat. And when I got back and I did stock check, as I always do after a retreat, after things have sold, and put back in the drawer, I put them back in alphabetical order instead. So now I keep looking in the wrong place. Right. So this is fruit punch, which you can see is under the glare, orange and purple. And I'm going to put them side by side so you can see this is orange and purple, orange and pinky purple. There is actually no purple when I mix the dyes. There's no purple in the sea anemones. It's just how they've dried with the pinks and the oranges. So you're going to put them side by side, and hopefully you'll be able to see, for anyone who thinks, oh, sea anemone is quite like fruit punch. Can you see how much oranger the sea anemone is? A lot brighter. It's a lot more vivid. I mean, like I said, I love the fruit punch ones, but it's orange. It's really in your face orange. I love it. So there we go. That is the first color of 2026. Sorry, I'm still so cold. I don't know why I suddenly expected to warm up in, the 19 minutes already I've been waffling. I do apologise. The sun is coming out. It's getting brighter, the sun. I can see it coming. I'm waiting for it to warm me. I did have a cup of tea before I filmed this as well, before I pressed go, in the hope it would take the chill off, but it's fine. I love my cabin. I love being here. But it's cold in the winter. Anyway, right, so that's that you can expect throughout this year. The one thing I have decided to do as well, just to drop this in there, I've decided previous colours are not out of bounds. So, for example, I did fabric years ago, and I'm going back years, called Coral Reef. And again, Lou, I keep talking about Lou. She must be my favourite today. If she watches this, I'll find out. I'll get a message going, oh, your favourite. So Lou, she loved Coral Reef, absolutely loved it. Charlotte liked Coral Reef too. So I've decided that might make an appearance at some point. Seems not to, because it was a nice colour and it's a good name for the year. I'm sure there might be, I'm sure a jellyfish will pop up at some point. I don't know what colour that's going to be yet, because we know jellyfish can go in lots of interesting colours, as can seahorses, actually. I've been doing a lot of research into colours and things, and seahorses are like the chameleons of the sea. They can be whatever colours they want, so in turn they'll be whatever colour I want them to be. It's good. So yeah, you can expect all of those to come up at some point in the year, and if there's any others that I think of that I suddenly go, oh, that would be good for Under the Sea, probably not any of the ones that appeared in 2025, like Seascape won't be back again, mainly because we've only just had it and that would be silly. But if there's any others that I suddenly remember and think, oh, that would work, there's a good chance that they might turn up again. But otherwise, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. There's so many cool colours under the sea. It's going to be good. Right, so that is that. Now, I permanently, this is me moving into the next bit of organising. So if you're not interested in hearing me waffle, that's fine. Thank you for tuning in. Love you. I'm permanently trying to find a way to be more organised. And I'm a sod for lists. If you see my last floss tube notebooks is a thing, a real thing. I did get more notebooks for Christmas, by the way, but I'm not going to show them to you now. I'm saving them for my next floss tube, which I'm considering naming Notebook Tube. Lists. I write lists all the time, and I'm permanently trying to find ways to be more organised. But I tend to get like 3 days in and it just goes to pot. Last year, actually 2 years ago, but then I got another one last year. I got a calendar, a sweary calendar, which was right up my street and I loved it. And I actually managed to use it to record my stitches for the year, for the whole year. It's the first time I've ever kept up with anything so long. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do that again. So I got another calendar. Thank you, Charlotte, in the Secret Santa for our Stitchy group. So I'm doing that again. But I thought apparently the calendar works and I can keep on top of that. So I have another calendar. I'm starting to wonder if I have as many calendars as I have notebooks, and then realize that's ridiculous. No one can have, I could never have that many calendars. I do have this calendar behind me. Can you see it? I don't know if you can tell what that is. I have a dragon's calendar. Oh, it's got nothing to do with being organised. I just saw it next to my head. Right. So I have a calendar. And this is the Here We Fucking Go Again calendar. Yeah. Right. So January, get ready for the shit show. Dragons, yes, Jen, dragons, exactly. I'm very much in my dragon era at the moment. I'm proper in the thick of it. I mean, I've always loved dragons, but I've got a sign up there. I can't bring it down because it's actually pinned to the wall, but saying, warning, beware of the dragons. There's dragons everywhere. Anyway, digressing again. Get ready for the shit show. And you can see I have filled in every day. Sea mist. I mean, you're distracting me from the calendar, Charlotte, but I don't know, because Sea Mist did already have another go around. That's definitely come up again as a limited edition. I don't know. Jen has one similar. What, a dragon or a Sea Mist or a calendar? Right, so on my calendar, which you can't see because of the glare, And I'm not going to hold it too still for too long because you don't need to read what I'm doing every day. I have things all or any. I have things as part of KLT charting that I'm horribly, horribly aware that I let slide while I'm focusing on other things. So what I've done is I've gone through and I've worked out what I need to get done with KLT, what I want to get done, how often things need to get done, that sort of thing. And I've planned them all out. So, for example, miles of stitching. I love miles of stitching. I'm so proud of what miles of stitching is. I've got so many ideas for routes. If you don't know what miles of stitching is, where have you been? Miles of stitching is my personal stitching challenges, as in stitching routes. The first one that I did was actually the route between my two hometowns, where I was raised in Plymouth, and you stitched in miles. 100 stitches is 1 mile, and you stitch to where I live now, which is in Portsmouth. So you go along the south coast. There's different stops along the way, and when you get to those stops, you get a postcard. So if it was like 200 miles, you would do 2,000 stitches. Once you've done the 2,000 stitches, you get a postcard. When you get to the end, you get a certificate, you get a medal. If you got the physical ones, you could just do a PDF one if you want to, and then I just put the certificates on your album. It runs on Facebook and Discord, although I much prefer it when people play on Discord. It's so much easier to do the admin. It really, really is. So if anybody's thinking about it, go to Discord. But I'm well aware that I am hideous at keeping up to the admin with it. And I know it's one of those things that if I just did it regularly, it wouldn't be such a mountain to climb. So it's on here. Wednesday is my miles day, my miles of stitches day. Every Wednesday, I will do my miles of stitching admin. See, it's not complicated. See how long I can get up. Model stitches. I have an army of model stitches on the KLT charting Discord server, which is not the same as miles of stitching. That has its separate Discord server. But the model stitches, I've got model stitches. I know they finished their projects. I know they're waiting for me to give them their reward charts as payments. I know people are waiting for new projects. So Tuesdays will be my model stitch admin. And again, once I'm on top of it, it might only take me 5, 10, 20 minutes, depending on how many projects have been finished that week. But I've given myself a reminder to do it every week. I'm going to see how far I get with this and whether or not after a week it's like, it's just going to be a pretty calendar on the wall. But I'm very excited about this. Very excited. I'm getting organized, okay? I also have dyeing specific times of the week. Obviously, I got the sewing machine at the beginning of last year. There's stuff I want to do with that. Like when I do a miles of stitching day, it's not just going to be the admin. I've got new routes. I've got one route been ready to release for about 6 months, and I'm permanently doing other things. So this is me trying to focus myself, and I'm hoping. I mean, it worked yesterday. I told everyone I was coming back to work today. I lied. I came back to work yesterday. I needed to dye the anemone. So I did that yesterday. I needed to wind some threads yesterday. I did a few bits and bobs. Set some emails up ready to go this morning. And then we took the kids bowling to finish off this Christmas holidays. It was a good day yesterday. But the important thing is the 4 things that I put on my list to do yesterday, I did them all. And now they're highlighted pink. So we're going to see how long I can keep up with the calendar. And I'm hoping next time I see you, obviously that will be February for a KLT live video. I can show you February, and I've just turned over to March, and go, look, this is February planned out, but then I can flip back to January and show you lots of pink highlight. That's the plan. Is that my plan? good plan. I like it. Thanks. So I'm getting organized. So if you do miles of stitching and you're watching this, I will get to you, I promise. If you are a model stitcher and you're waiting for me to get to you, I will get to you, I promise, because it's on my calendar. And if I have a day where stuff goes to shit, basically, I don't know, one of the kids are sick or I'm sick or I just don't have as much time, it's fine because, okay, for example, the miles of stitching admin. If I miss that 1 week, it's okay because it's still on there 3 more times this month, rather than last year when I have been leaving the admin for like 3 months or something hideous like that. Obviously, I still have my board of doom there with that top corner, still with the very, 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 very old club stuff. 2026, girls, that is the year I'm getting rid of that corner of doom. It's going. And how do I know that? Because I've got allotted days for dyeing. So I can't get distracted by other things. There's a lot of dyeing that needs to go in. At the moment, I've assigned myself 2 days a week to dye. And it doesn't matter whether that's fabric or threads. If I find that's not enough, then I can add a third day in. But if I can regularly do 2 days a week. See, with the background, I can't do it. It's backwards. Okay? I'm going to get rid of that corner of doom. So if you're watching and you know what the corner of doom is and you're waiting for something from that corner of doom, this year, I'm not letting it go on any further. So, right, I'm seeing comments here. Miles of stitching doesn't come under Stitch from Stash, right, Sarah? It definitely doesn't, because you're not buying... see, Charlotte says, doesn't come under Stitch from Stash. Miles of stitching is not Stash. It's progress. Like Charlotte said, it's progress. You don't really appreciate how much a postcard, and it is literally just they're not physical postcards, they're just PDFs on your LSA. On Facebook it's in albums, Discord you have your own channel, and you sit there going, I've only got 450 stitches left to get to Timbuktu or wherever you're going. The challenges as well, I know I'm digressing again, going back to stitching about. This wasn't supposed to be a sales plug for miles of stitching. I was just using that as an example of something I've been terrible at. But the miles of stitching routes, I think the shortest one is 21 miles. Something like that. It's really short, really, really short. And then there are some big ones, really, really big if you really want to challenge yourself. But if you literally just want to blitz it and go, oh, I got a medal, because you get a needle minder the size of a medal at the end if you do the physical rewards. Or you can go really long one. The longest one, you're going to have to reinstall Discord. Yes, please reinstall Discord. Don't do it on Facebook. I really hate Facebook. I really do. Yes, Jen signed up for Castles of Wales. Lovely. I still see, that's another one that I need to do. We've got Castles of England, Castles of Wales, Castles of Scotland. So I still need to do the Irish castles at some point. And I don't know whether I'm going to do Northern Ireland or all of Ireland. I might do... If I do, it has to be Northern Ireland to complete the United Kingdom set, really, doesn't it? I think it probably does need to be Northern Ireland to complete that set. And then I could do the rest of Ireland, Republic of Ireland, as a separate route. So I've got all these routes. There is a Washington, D.C. route. When I said there's a route that I've been sat on for about 6 months, it's there. I literally just need to make the needle minder, take photos of it. All the postcards are done. I just need to set it up. So that will be done. It's coming. But yeah, it's really, really encourages you when you think, oh, just another, 2,000 stitches and I can get a photo. But it's encouraging. It really is. You get lots of progress. So no, that's not Stitch from Stash. That's encouraging you to use your stash. I tell you the other thing that doesn't count towards Stitch from Stash as well, if anybody needs clarification, is clubs. Monthly subscription clubs don't count. It's a bit like how calories don't count at Christmas. Is the Nile the longest? Yes, Charlotte, I think the Nile is the longest one. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty certain the Nile is the longest one. So Charlotte's doing the Nile, I'm doing the Nile, but I made the mistake of saying I'm just going to use it for my oldest whip, which is fine, except it might take me a while. I may go back on that. I'm also doing the sweary route, the maturity test route, which is hilarious because that's all names like you start off in twat, and we're going to end up in lots of silly places. Jen says, for me, neither does fabric or thread. Mine's just charts. Well, yeah, you don't need to buy any new charts from Miles of Stitching. It's whatever you want to stitch on. So if you're not failing at the Nile at all. You got further than me. Again, I need to do the admin, but I'm pretty sure you got a postcard. I do not have a postcard. And it's my challenge. Anyway, this has been a much longer video than usual. I was going to go into some other stuff. Like I've got some new products coming, which you would have seen if you watched my last floss tube, because I gave them a first look. But I was going to reveal it on here as well, so you could see it. I sent some to... Sorry. Yeah. Autocorrect got the better of you there, Jen. She needs the sweaty one. Not sweaty, sweary. Oh, that amused me. She wants the sweaty route. I don't have a sweaty route. It's the maturity test. And the idea is to see how far you can stitch without giggling at the names. And I mean, I failed when I was creating it, but just because some of them are quite amusing. Oh, bless you. Right. Anyway, I think I will leave the new stuff. So I was going to show the scissor cases on here, which is the new product, and then say about them, because I sent them out to Nick. I don't know if she's still watching or if she's gone. She's had a couple to give a test run and she gave some feedback on that. So I was going to go into some of that, but I'm not. I think I'm going to leave that for another time because I've waffled off. So I'm still amused by that. The sweaty route. I'm going to have to do a route, especially for Jen now, and call it the sweaty route. How hot and sweaty can we get? But oh, bless you. Thank you. Right. I'm going to go. Oh, the only other thing I was going to say is I've decided I want to use. Okay, so social media. I really want to try and up my social media game this year. So obviously I'm doing my floss tubes, which I'm also going to try and do regularly, shorter videos, but weekly is the plan, where I can give KLT news and show my stitching, which I know some people like one or the other, but I'm going to try and do both. But not just floss tube. Facebook, I hate Facebook. I really do. If it wasn't for my business group, West Coastal Bath in the summer, yeah, that'll get you sweaty, yes. If it wasn't for me having my business group, I think I would have got rid of Facebook years ago. They keep trying to make changes to make it better, and it doesn't. It makes everything worse. It's a nightmare. Facebook sucks. It really, really does. Facebook really does suck. I've got about 1,500 people in my Facebook group, and it gives me the statistics. I don't know if it gives you the statistics if you're not a group admin. I'm not sure. I'd have to check a different group. And I can put up a post and it can be up for a week and the statistics will tell me that that post reached 49 people. It's really helpful when you're trying to run a business. So I'm going to start using my business page more, which is why I posted the link on there this morning. Because business pages, you don't have to be in a group. Anyone can see that, even if you're not necessarily aware. But watching the floss tubes, again, thank you, Charlotte, Jen, Sarah, made me realize, reading the comments on them, made me realize that how many people had no idea that KLT charting exists. So that was great. We reached a load of new people, but I've been doing this for like nearly 12 years. I saw, Sarah, I did, yes, sorry, I did see the little pop-up in the corner, but I will wave to you in a minute with on the Discord server. Yeah, I've been doing this for quite a long time now, and I know I've had many ups and downs, a lot of downs, especially with COVID and homeschooling and things like that. But more than 49 people should be seeing my posts. So I'm going to start using the business page more. I'm going to start posting my new releases over there. Usually when I release a new chart, I stick it in the Facebook group straight away. But I'm not going to do that anymore. Once a week, again, with my calendar. Or I am going to post all of the new releases in one post, just to save flooding and annoying people. So that sort of thing is my plan. So you can I'm going to utilize, I'm trying to get the socials up and see if that helps with stuff. So that's the plan. I just thought I'd explain in case anybody's wondering why I'm going to start using the group less. I still want the group to be what it is, which is, people can show what they're stitching and that sort of thing. I just need to be able to promote myself more, and Facebook doesn't help with that. So yes, so you can expect to see more of me on Flosstube, more of me on my business page. If you want to help with any of that, hit share. That would be really helpful. Sarah says, lots of my followers are very interested in one of your calendars for this year. I'm very happy about that. I'm a little bit worried when you were saying that such and such is pre-orders open in January. No. I can't even begin to think about this year's advents. No. I will think about them in June, when I always think about them, ready for a July release. That's insane. But the problem is, by the time I come around to releasing mine, everyone's like, "No, I already bought one. It was released in February." I'm like, no. No. Somebody said to me, you could release them then, and yes, I could. The problem is prices of stuff could change a lot between now and like October, November when I'm doing them. I don't want to stitch myself up. I know you're not supposed to talk about money. It's not cool or what have you, but I'm very open about these things. I don't care. I don't want the money for the advents now. I'll spend it all. And by the time I need it in October and November when I'm buying the stuff, I won't have any money. And I would hate to do what other people have done and gone, oh, thanks for paying me at the beginning of the year. I'm not going to do your advents now. I would never do that. So no, as much as I would love to get in on the competition, and compete with people that are releasing early, it doesn't make sense to me to do it. So, yeah, July. They'll be July. They'll come out. Yeah, that's the plan. You need one this year too. See, and advent calendars don't count stitch from stash. Nope. Don't count. I'm not sure on the reasoning as to why, but they definitely don't count. Definitely. And if anybody questions that, you can say Kim told you so. They don't count. Just like calories don't count at Christmas. Anyway, I'm going to go 44 minutes. I've been waffling. This is what happens when I can read the comments at the same time and people can talk back to me and ask questions. And I do love it. I want more of this. I really do. Now you've added Discord back on, I tell you what we can do. If you join the KLT server as well, every now and again, I haven't been doing it as often as I should, but if I'm going to up my online presence and my social media, I should start doing it again. I have a video channel on the KLT Discord server called The Cabin. And I stream live from there somewhere. So you can actually talk to me properly and see me working occasionally. Sometimes I set it up while I'm dying. More often than not, it's just while I'm up here in the cabin. Sometimes you might tune in and just see an empty chair. That's because I've, gone to get a drink or something. But if you're getting back on Discord, come say hi. So, but I am going to go though, because this is enough waffling. Anybody who's watching this back on playback will think I've gone absolutely crazy. I think I need another cup of tea as well. Although I'm shivering slightly less than before we started because it's the sun. The sun is coming. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like sea anemone. Anemone. I feel drunk. Anemone. The orange fabric. I hope you like it. It's already on the website. I literally just need to turn it on. So I'm going to do that now straight away. I'm going to put a post on my business page showing everybody who hasn't joined into the video. Yeah, I just need to switch on. Stitcherbug is sea anemone. You just wanted me to say it again, didn't you? Anemone available to all. Yes, absolutely anybody. Anybody, I have got, the only club I've got running at the moment is my Hand-Dyed Thread Club, so they will get it automatically. But other than that, anyone available to order, I'm literally going to switch it on as soon as I press end on this video. So you can find it's in the normal hand-dyed section. It's also in this month. There's a whole section just called this month's colors. It will be in there. So, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn the other one on, and I will see you all very, very soon. Right? Thank you. Bye. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Do you want to end? Yes, I really want to end. Here we go. Yes. I'll see you soon. Bye.